Welcome to this edition of Diverse Orange. My guest today is Gizela Maldonado. Welcome, Gizela.
Hi, Terry. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for having me.
You bet. Glad to have you here and have a little chat so we can get to know you better. Let's start with where you come from. Where did you grow up?
Yeah, I grew up in Mexico City.
That's a very large city, larger than Orlando.
Yes, and a lot of culture. Almost every single exhibit worldwide showcase their art in Mexico City.
Did you go to a lot of museums and art things in Mexico City?
Yes, I did. You bet. My family really raised me and promoted to the culture. Since I was a little kid, I used to go to, Kids Theater and also to visit a lot of museums, exhibits, you name it. So, and here in Orlando, we are fortunate enough to have amazing shows and, art in general. So I'm very proud of Central Florida for working on getting all these together.
When you were going to come and move here, did you have what were your what did you think was going to be like? What were your perceptions of what it would be like to live in Florida?
Well, I had I no expectations. It's very interesting because, living home, I came with my husband, so he was already a US citizen. So I thought that I was going to leave everything behind, my career, obviously my family. I never thought I was going to be able to really work again on my profession or to fulfill my both my passions, which is my primary career and my artistic side. And little by little, everything started to come together because of all the help and fostering that we have in Central Florida. I feel like it's a very open community, open to different ideas and, coming from different backgrounds. So I'm fortunate. I know that's not the case in every state.
So you're a Mexican married to an American. Tell me how that happened. Where did you meet?
Well, I am actually married to a Mexican who became an American citizen thanks to his job opportunity in this country. So we're both Mexicans, but he kept saying, "Oh, I'm more Mexican than you," and I said, "No, I think that it is just we're a combination of different cultures. It's we're Americans, but also everything that we have in our Mexican background, plus the different cultures that melt into our personalities." And daily, on a daily basis.
Well, so you said people were helpful here, and you were able to not just have a stop to life, but life continued.
Yes.
Um, what were some of the new things that you experienced coming to Central Florida?
Wow. Well, so the first thing that was different is the population. Even though I live in a population that it's a lot of Hispanics, but they're from a different country at the same time. So I had to really learn their language, their ways of saying things, their manners, and also for the same country, the U.S. citizens, they all have a different way of approaching work, of approaching under ethics. The work ethics is something that is really sticking with me. The responsibility, and everything that I'm right now is just a combination of back home, but also what I have gained through these years, almost 22 years of living in Central Florida.
And what would you say that you've been most successful at retaining from your Mexican heritage?
Well, I have retained the passion for dance for sure, the passion for expressing my the culture of my country through dance. And I get goosebumps every time I perform, and that I see my students performing. It really gives me so much joy. um, so that's one thing. Also food, my husband is a great cook. So I don't really miss that from home. It's interesting, but I really don't miss the food. And here in Central Florida, you've seen, we just had the diversitastic,
Dining.
uh, yeah, dining with the Mexican, featuring Mexico. It was amazing. It was like going back home. It was amazing. And everyone, like, it felt like a piece of Mexico, right? Like home away from home type of thing.
Great. Um, and you said work you were able to integrate into doing a profession. I assume that the dancing is your artistic part, uh,
Yes.
and your profession you've been able to fit in here as well.
Yes, I've been very fortunate. I've been working, I'm a veterinarian pathologist by profession, and I've been working with the Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services for almost 21 years now. So I'm the department head of a pathology section, and I can only say, wow, thank you to the Department of Ag for giving me a daily chance to do what I love. I have amazing peers. Everyone has been super supportive, and I love the richness of animal species that the state has. So it is amazing. We have every single animal species represented in Florida. So, and I'm happy that I am able to do what I love.
That's great. And when you take a look at Central Florida and the things it has to offer, what's the most interesting and new or different thing for you?
Wow. Well, definitely theme parks are something amazing, and that sometimes we even forget that we have it, which
Yeah.
is some weird things. Uh, but the again, I'm going back to nature, to the animal species that are represented, the ecology, the weather, the everything that we have. We have from amusement parks to the best beaches in the country. The culture, we have food from every single country. In my back home in Mexico, all I know is Mexican food. And
Mm.
if you happen to go, Italian, Morocco, just, but here you get to experience that in real life with like the real deal. You get the real deal in every single way. And so that has been kind of very shocking for me to realize that we have every single country here.
Well, I think Visit Orlando should hire you. You're a good salesperson. Well, thank you for visiting with me today. It's great to get to know a little bit more about you.
Thank you, Terry, for the opportunity, and really for all uh, the support that we have had over the years. You have been an amazing leader, and you really truly feel it for the community, and the interest you show on, and making this greater and bigger. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you for watching this edition of Diverse Orange.